Hi, everybody. In this lesson, we're going to talk about symbols and symbolism in art. We see symbols everywhere, every day. We're surrounded by them so much of the time that we hardly even give them a second thought. For instance, the letters in the words we read are symbols. Dollar and cent signs, logos on clothes, cars, and restaurants are all things that represent and symbolize something. Symbols are so universal that we don't even have to stop and think about them, like a big pile of sunflower seeds. Huh? What does that mean? We'll see in a minute. In the meantime, have you ever stopped to look closely at a work of art and wonder, what does that thing in the art really mean? Why is it there? What's its purpose? In this lesson, we're going to look at a couple examples of art. The first one I'll talk about, since it's not so obvious what's going on with the work. For the second, you try and figure out what the symbols are, why they might be there. So, that pile of sunflower seeds? Here's an image of people walking on, lounging, and playing in a giant room at the Tate Gallery in London, filled with ceramic sunflower seeds. Over 100 million of them, all handmade. You may be asking yourself, how is this art? But that's a question for another day. The point here is to discuss the symbolism behind the seeds. These seeds have different meanings. The artist, Ai Weiwei, grew up poor in communist China. But even though he and everyone he knew had very little money, he finally remembered the bonding he and his friends had buying and sharing bags of sunflower seeds, and this represents the memories of camaraderie. On a different level, the Chinese leader Mao Zedong considered himself like the sun, and all the country's people were his sunflowers, turning to him for support. In that respect, the seeds represent the Chinese people. The material of the seeds in this work, porcelain, were produced in the city of Xinjiang, which was and is well known for its porcelain works. The material is making a statement about the quality of outstanding craftsmanship of the work the region produces. At the same time, the artist is making commentary about the idea of made in China and the mass production of and world consumption of Chinese goods. So you can see that symbolism can be found anywhere, even if we don't realize we're looking at it. Now it's your turn to look at a piece of art and try to figure out where the symbols are and what they mean. Here's an engraving called St. Jerome and His Study by the German artist Albrecht Dürer. St. Jerome was best known for translating most of the Bible into Latin. Dürer, like many other Northern European artists, loved to load his works with symbolism. Some obvious and some not so obvious. Your job is to try and locate and guess the possible meanings of as many symbols as you can find. See if you can come up with at least 10 things that could represent something and describe what you think that something is. If you're home, you can pause the video or click on the link at the end to open up a high-resolution image to work from. If you're in the class with me, you'll break into your assigned groups and share ideas with each other. The groups should be able to come up with about 15 different things. Everyone will create a Google Doc. Groups, you just need to have one Google Doc for each of you. And this is to write notes on things you consider symbols. Be sure to share the link with me. We'll take 20 minutes on this. So for those of you that are at home, be sure to set your timers. We'll talk about your lists when we meet back up. Good luck. See you in a little bit.